Hey guys, another update on Ambassador. Today, I guess I want to talk a little bit about my icon set that I've developed pretty much from scratch. And I'll probably talk about a few other things too, because I mean, really, who cares about icons? They're just symbols for something else completely. So why? Um, I guess first of all, it's like I don't know. I've been getting a lot of different feedback on Ambassador. A lot of skeptics. In rap they call them haters. People just don't really kind of, well, I mean, it takes some time. People don't get, what is a WebOS? What is this? It takes some time to kind of envision what that would be, and it's really hard to imagine that, one person could actually make a dent in, what we're pretty used to as, coming straight from, some big corporate machine. So, I mean, that sort of leads into this. It's like, why did I try to develop these icons and so on? I mean, part of it is, and I mean, why did I do the technology that I did? I mean, part of it is I just want a little bit of a refresh button. I want people to be able to kind of, get a different scope of, kind of what technology is today and hit reset enough that people can reinvent. And I think this is something that's really important. We don't really see it a lot. I mean, of course, you probably are familiar with the Bootstrap icons, which I have displayed right here. And of course, this is available to you in Ambassador. The whole point of Ambassador is take what's already out there on the web and kind of just channel it in a way that should be more market-like. It's about using the work that other people have done. I'm not trying to develop the coolest set of icons and all of that. I don't care about that for one. But what I do care about, beyond all of that and structurally, is I do see sort of this sort of scientific aspect of icons. You'll have to forgive me also. I've had a fever of about 100 degrees for the last couple of days. But so what does that mean? What do I mean when I say like structure through icons? So you sort of see like right here, like you have the hand cursor, a bunch of circles and stuff. And I mean, this is something that, yeah, we've got this going on in Illustrator. I think this is probably one of the closest examples. You're communicating something that's pretty mathematical, but just kind of through, I don't know, just icons. And what does this mean? It's like, in the past, we've had, let me see if I can pull this up. It should be like style overview, I think. Let me try to attach that here. Whoops. We've had these sort of like layouts. We could probably just go on the Bootstrap site and they'll show us there what I'm kind of talking about. And we've had layouts where it's like, here's your H1 tag, here's your calendar widget, this is what all this looks like, yada, yada, yada. And people would kind of, try to associate icons and things like that, kind of in terms of whatever the actual markup is. So like, here's a drop down, and so if I was to make an editor, right, like, so I've kind of got that going. You've already seen a little bit of that when I open up the editor here for Ambassador. You kind of see I've got all that iconography and stuff. And so if I was to make the editor kind of more for like, okay, well, you're going to create a drop down here, well, my icons would look one way. But I'm going a little bit more abstract. And I'm taking kind of, rather than say, okay, well, this is just like a rich text editor or whatever. No, like let WordPress do that. Let other, content management systems kind of do that sort of thing. This isn't what Ambassador is about. So Ambassador is more about like, so for instance, right here I've got hovered over is my, this is the divide icon. This is the clone icon. This is the group icon, the ungroup icon. This is the wrap icon. This is for settings. So the other thing that I wanted to really tackle in this was that, too much today in our icons, like we're used to, like for instance, using a floppy disk for a save button. You know what I mean? I don't think there's a floppy right there, but. And then, we're also used to seeing, like for any kind of edit, we're used to seeing a pencil. Like, what is that about? It doesn't make sense. And I don't think that that's going to push our technology forward too much. So I wanted to kind of reinvent that, and I think in some ways I have. I mean, here I've kind of copied something that actually I discovered later was, an OS X icon. And this indicates, the circles indicate a process, and kind of what direction it might move in, how complete you are with it and so on. The movie film strip, I do want to change that. I mean, I think that the film strip is also an antiquated type of icon. You can see here I've been playing with these are supposed to be minimized and maximized icons, because what does that really mean? So I've been kind of playing with that. I don't really feel confident I have it right just yet. And then overall, I mean, I've sort of gone with the whole theme of Ambassador, which is to kind of really take from historical concepts, and these sort of weird squiggly doodads are things that we see in all kinds of architecture throughout the ancient world. So I wanted to give you a glimpse of that, and really the point is to kind of get people thinking. Sometimes it's just a simple matter of shaking things up. There doesn't need to be a justification. We just need a little bit of change in our web ecosystem, and that's what I'm really hoping Ambassador is going to be able to deliver. In addition to kind of getting rid of some of those weird, antiquated symbolisms that we've been using for over 20 years, and I think we need to sort of disconnect in some ways from that historical timeline, and then re-engage with the technology for what we think it's going to be possible for in the coming years. So hope you enjoy this. I'll keep putting up videos as I progress. I'm really going to progress out this whole screen here in the next few days now that I've finished my icon dependency. And the icons don't have to be perfect. Like, this is my crappy looking world, but hey, I mean, that's where